Hello, and welcome to our next episode of Don't Mess with the Mamas, MOMMAS, with our theme, You Are the Protagonist, Not the Victim of Your Destiny. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and I am so excited because we have with us a beautiful, wonderful college grad, Gen Z, brilliant young woman named Sarah Owens. Now, how I know Sarah? It's every teacher's dream to have a student like Sarah. She took my advanced placement psychology class, and every time I spoke, I would look at her because she was riveted, wanting to learn everything she could possibly learn, with so many profoundly thoughtful and inquisitive questions. And it's just such a pleasure that I am here today with Sarah. So Sarah's going to tell us a little bit about her college experience and anything else she wants to talk about, because the last episode, Johnny and I talked about to college or not. So I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to hear from a Gen Z about her college experience? And I just want to say, I'm announcing it here, I've given her the mission that in the next 30 years she has to become a Supreme Court justice. Nothing heavy, too heavy, right? But Sarah, take it away. Tell us about yourself and why you chose the college you did. And I know you were very active in college. Tell us about that. And of course, now you're pursuing your master's online, which is very encouraging. So take it away, Sarah.
Yeah, so thank you so much for this privilege. It's just a distinct honor to be here speaking with you. But so I kind of chose my institution on a divinely ordered will, I feel. I went to Wofford College. I'm a 2023 grad where I received my bachelor's in art in philosophy and international affairs. And I have a very unique history with Wofford. It was the institution where my father attended and he first started his college pursuit. And even I found out later on with my family history, it was the college that my grandfather dreamed of going to. So to be able to attend that university and pursue my academic pursuits there is just a very well-rounded and full circle moment for me. But it's an institution that I reflect on fondly. It has developed me into the person I am today. With all the ambitions and desires I've had, I don't think I could have accomplished it going anywhere else. And it's just one that I could speak eons on and just could forever profoundly just reflect on. It has shaped me greatly into the intellectual person that I am today.
So tell us about some of your experiences at college and some of the courses you took, and how did it shape you into the person you are today?
I think with it being a liberal arts education-based college, that was very integral in shaping me into who I was. I got to take, of course, my general education requirements, but once I declared my majors, I pretty much had a free-for-all to organize and define my career path based on that. I took a lot of philosophy courses. Some that stick out were philosophy of race, ethics, Western, early modern philosophy, looking at Descartes, Aristotle, Socrates, and even advancing into Black political theory, social political theory, and that coupled with my international affairs background meshed very well with that, taking international human rights courses, gender and politics, Middle East politics, having that privilege of being able to craft classes that would develop me for whatever my postgraduate plans would be was just a very unique feature that I think was very integral in helping me define my thought process and how I went about learning and just developing myself. But I feel as though I just had that privilege to really just go above and beyond in everything. That coupled with especially extracurriculars with professors who, because it was a small college, allowed me to really develop my leadership skills. I had very much a lot of opportunities to develop myself socially, academically, and just professionally as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about those extracurricular activities?
I feel like I did everything under the sun. I was very involved in student government. I represented my class for 2 years and even got the privilege of sitting on the executive board as a student liaison with the board of trustees, so I got to take student needs and concerns directly to the individuals who were making the grandstanding changes at our university. I was involved on my campus's orientation staff all 4 years of college, and that's one that I reflect on greatly because I got to interact with each class of freshmen coming in and not only put a name to a face, but to watch them grow and to develop alongside of them during my time and even seeing them now. I was involved on various committees. I was involved in student experiences committees, particularly because when I was in college from 2019 to 2023 dealing with COVID, in the middle of that, I got the unique privilege of working with professors and faculty on how to adapt to and address issues that occur both socially and academically on campus, and kind of working together to brainstorm how we could work together as a campus community. Was involved with mock trial, the Pre-Law Society, various diversity organizations. I was on both the API, Asian Pacific Islander Executive, and the Minorities in Philosophy. So I've done pretty much all different diverging group organizations.
I think that your grandfather would be so proud of you.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
Absolutely. And which is very, very amazing. And you're such a well-spoken young woman with a great future, of course. Tell us a little bit about what you're pursuing now as you're pursuing your master's degree, sticking with liberal arts. Why is that something important, do you think?
So right now I am pursuing a master's in liberal arts at John Hopkins University, and it uniquely is online. So I feel as though while I would have loved to have an in-person and on-campus experience, it's been challenging me to take the tools and skills that I developed during undergrad, and a lot of it more so is very interdependent. I'm taking what I'm learning, but also building upon and expanding my mindset, particularly with liberal arts. It was kind of a chance that I ended up in this program. I previously and intend to pursue a legal background and going for my law degree in the future, but I happened upon the Master's in Liberal Arts program, just felt a pull with my background in just liberal arts education. It is so integral in the person that I am and who I am academically, that I see it as something that is so profound and important in our generation. And just as we continue to grow as a society, liberal arts education provides you with such a unique privilege to explore things both that may be relational to you and your experiences, but also push you to engage with things that you may never encounter on your day-to-day. I'm taking courses such as studying the history of epistemology and how you quantify who has knowledge and who are knowledge bearers. And I'm also taking classes that question personhood and looking at different societies. And those are things that, depending on what career path and academic path you take, you don't experience on a day-to-day. So I feel like liberal arts education is important because it makes you a more well-rounded and whole person.
You know, I love what you said, because it's not just the pursuit of education for education's sake, but to make you a more well-rounded person. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you now.
Okay.
Somebody's saying, that's all fine and good, but I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to pursue all this. I would like to be well-rounded, but what's important to me is to learn some kind of a skill that I can use right away. What would you say to that person? Are you going to dissuade them or discourage them from pursuing a college degree? Would you encourage them to just stay the course of what they want to do? How do you address that?
Obviously, wouldn't want to discourage anyone for their opinion or perspectives, because how you feel is how you feel. But I do feel as though I would assess them if there are any boundaries or hesitancies that they may have, because I know from my experience, I wasn't sure what college I was going to go to. I knew that I desired to go to the best institution possible for me, and knowing from where I come from and my background, I wouldn't have been able to afford my institution on my own. Thankfully, I was blessed to have scholarship opportunities and financial packages that helped me match my academic pursuits and not have to worry about being too financially burdened, but that is a real serious concern that a lot of people have, and it's a barrier that often prevents people from considering if there's another side to themselves that they haven't considered, if they haven't maybe wondered or even given themselves the chance to see what they could do academically. I would encourage them to assess that part of themselves and do what's best for them, because honestly, there is a bit of discourse that people are seen as less than if they don't have a college degree, if they don't choose to develop themselves educationally. And your path is your path. Whatever God and the world has for you will happen, but having a more open discourse is something that I think is really important in understanding the nuances in between those things, because you could have a conversation with someone and they could stay staunch in their opinion and want to develop that trade because that's where they feel their calling is. But I feel often that people don't receive the support and encouragement they often need to challenge themselves to go against what they're used to.
How do they get that support? Is it out there? Is it available? Or pretty much people are on their own? Because when you're younger, a lot of times you don't know what it is you want to pursue, and you may want to make lots of different changes throughout your life. But is there support out there that you are aware of?
I always say that my educators throughout my life were that support for me. I'm blessed to have a family that was very supportive of my endeavors. I went through a lot of changes from high school to college on what I thought I was going to do, and I know that I'm blessed to have opportunities to challenge myself and to change my mind. But just not closing yourself off. I know everyone doesn't have the best family situation, but confiding in friends, educators, counselors, anyone that you can bounce ideas off of, because sometimes you may feel constricted in your own circle, but when you step out or just take a chance, there are people that do care.
I love what you keep on saying about stepping out and expanding your life, and I think that is the key to what you're talking about with college in particular, that to stretch your life, but whatever it is that you're experiencing. So Sarah, where do you see yourself in 5-10 years from now if you were to leap into the future? We're not writing it down and we're not going to hold you accountable for it, but...
Well, not including my 30-year invitation for a Supreme Court justice. I really hope that in the next 5 to 10 years that I am somewhere in my law school education and hopefully and prayerfully am an attorney defending the rights of others. It's been a consistent thread in my life to serve and help others, no matter where they come from, what they look like, to give someone an ounce of security that I would have wanted and justice that I would have wanted to receive in my life. So it's been my mission to serve others and to help them, and I believe that hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years that I will be able to do that as an attorney.
Well, look for Sarah Owens, attorney at law, and and you may want to look her up because she will be the #1 attorney. Any messages for the future?
Just to keep faith. Life has its ups and downs. We go through a lot of challenging things, and especially right now in our world, it's so grim and negative, and it feels like every day you're seeing something depressing, but having faith in God and people, that things work out the way they're supposed to, even when you can't see it in the moment.
I agree, absolutely. Even if we can't see it in the moment, things will definitely work itself out. So you want to just tell us briefly before we sign off a little bit about your sister, because you're very devoted to your sister?
Oh, yes. I have 2 amazing younger sisters. One is at my alma mater. They are just amazing human beings who have also equally shaped and pushed me to be a better person. I feel that even the challenges that I've experienced in my life and the things that my family have experienced, they remind me to continue to press forward, and it's just been a privilege in this short period of my life, this unexpected turn, to be able to watch them more intimately grow into the people that they are becoming. And I'm just so immensely proud of the 2 of them, and I know that we're all going to do amazing things, and I just can't wait to see it all unfold.
Wow, my gosh, to have a sister like you, so supportive and so wonderful, it's really very, very special. And thing that you're hearing about Sarah is she has so much appreciation, not only is she brilliant and very wise and very grown up in so many ways, but a lot of appreciation, and that is such a wonderful gift for a young person to have. So keep on going the course, Sarah, and we're going to look for you in every which possible way. Sarah, just one last question. Can you speak about classmates who have chosen a different path in life?
I have quite a few, not only just classmates, but family members as well. And there's a lot of different factors that go into it, like I've mentioned before, family obligations, lifestyle choices. But I feel as though I've been able to have really great conversations with them just by being open and non-judgmental and just breeding a environment of just support and encouragement. Been able to talk about our differences. I've got particularly like a family member of mine who had some education, like finished high school, but has chosen not to pursue college, and he's pursuing music. And I've gotten to learn a lot about his standpoint. He's very intellectually bright, and I think that's something that's so often missed. People assume that because you don't have a plethora of degrees and that you don't have so many titles in front of your name that you can't offer any insight or embellishments to the world. And I find that those conversations are the ones that often bring me the most joy and insight, more than my highly regarded or educated conversations with others from similar backgrounds as me, because you get to share and express differences of opinions, but also different perspectives. I think that just recognizing that it's not the end of the world if you don't go to college. Like I said before, what's meant for you will come to you, whether that is a degree or not, and things always end up working out. So I think that a key point in understanding these differences is to keep a degree of openness and just respect of everyone's positions and how they feel and what they choose to do.
Great. A wonderful answer indeed. Thank you once again, Sarah. Thank you. To sign off, we're going to switch for a second, and Johnny is going to take over to give us some key points and encouraging words.
Thank you, Arlaana, for that wonderful interview with Sarah. I think it's pushed the conversation in a place that everybody hopefully will be able to use it to help guide our young folks. And these are the key points that I'd like to mention. Selecting the right college is very important. Crafting your own courses is valuable. Extracurricular involvement is critical to really getting the full benefit of the experience. Online educational pursuit is doable and effective. I think I was very impressed with that key point that Sarah is doing her complete graduate work online. And lastly, searching and finding your village is necessary. And she was very optimistic that we all, everybody who's searching, the young people who are searching, that you do have a village. It might not come looking like others who might have a more visible village, that everybody has a village, and finding your village is very necessary. And I would like to end this with some encouraging words. When your determination changes, everything else will begin to move in the direction you desire. The moment you resolve to be victorious, every nerve and fiber in your being will immediately orient itself toward your success. On the other hand, if you think this is never going to work out, then at that instant, every cell in your being will be deflated and give up the fight. And then everything really will move in the direction of failure.
And don't forget, we are Don't Mess with the Bombers, MOMMAS, with our theme, You Are the Protagonist, Not the Victim of Your Destiny. And you can find us at everywhere. Just Google us, but make sure you spell mamas right. And our Gmail address is mamas, MOMMAS, podcast@gmail.com.